guys, on this week's video we're going to be showing you how to make this passive cell phone speaker. Stick around. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of BS with AJ. As I said before, this week we're going to be showing you how to make this passive cell phone speaker. We're going to get to that here in just a minute, but if you like videos like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe because we do videos like this every week on this channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that way you know when I post new videos. Alright, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Hey guys, this week we're going to be making a cell phone speaker slash amplifier, whatever you really want to call it. But we're going to be making it specific to the size of my cell phone here. So yours may be different. You may have to adjust your measurements based on that. But we are going to be using poplar wood. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the first step, we're going to cut two pieces down to 12 inches. Alright, now we're going to rip both these boards down to 6 inches wide. Alright, now we're going to resaw one of these boards right in half. Alright, now that I got this piece resawed, we're going to go ahead and sand this down pretty smooth. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and find the center of your board, which is right here. Since it's 12 inches wide, it's 6 inches here to the middle. And now my cell phone is about 3 1/4 inches wide. But we're going to go ahead and make that 3 1/2 inches, so that way it's got a little bit of wiggle room. Now, well, that means we're going to go 1 3/4 inches on each side of this line here to make sure it's centered. And now it's also 6 1/4 inches tall, so we're going to go 3 1/4 inches down here. We'll go ahead and mark that out and then we'll decide where our speaker location is going to be. Alright, now for our speaker holes, we're going to be using a 2-inch hole, and we're going to go 1 inch from the bottom and 1 inch to the side here. Now originally I said I was going to go with the center here and go 3/4 inch wide, but instead, since it's only leaving me about a 3/8 inch piece of wood right here, I'm going to go ahead and go with the bottom, and then I'm still going to keep it 3/4 inch wide. So I'll go from the very bottom over 3/4 inches wide. So it'll be. Alright, now you see where I've got mine going down to the bottom here. It's 3/4 inch wide. But instead of making it squared off like this, I'm just kind of round it off by eye. It don't have to be perfect by any means. This part isn't going to be seen. It's all going to be on the inside. Alright, now that we have all three pieces pretty well ready, we're going to go ahead and cut our holes here in the front. This is the darker part of the wood here, so I figured I'd go ahead and make that the front because I feel like it looks the best. So what we're going to do now is drill our 2 speaker holes in the front. Now these we made 2 inches. This one I'm going to make 1 1/2 inches. So what I need to do is I'm going to measure up 2 inches from the bottom and 2 inches from the side to have the same center as both of these holes. And I'm going to drill an 1 1/2 inch hole using a hole saw bit. Alright, now what you want to do is make sure you get all the dust off of these pieces. And we're going to go ahead and glue it up. And we're going to let it set for 24 hours. I'm going to put the bottom piece down, put the middle piece in, and I'll put the top piece right on here. And then I'm going to clamp them all together. Alright, let's get started. let this dry for 24 hours. Then we went ahead and took off all the clamps, and instead of leaving it one big rectangle like this, I went ahead and drew some curves on here, just kind of sketching it out. We're going to go ahead and take it over to the bandsaw and start cutting that out now, then we'll start our sanding process. Alright, now before we get too far with our sanding process, now that our edge is smooth, we're going to go ahead and use a round over bit to round over this edge on the front and the back of this. Then we'll go ahead and finish sanding it. Alright, now that we have it sanded down all smooth, we're going to go ahead and finish it with 100% pure tung oil. Alright guys, we went ahead and let that oil soak in for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then we went ahead and rubbed off all the excess and let it air dry for about 24 hours. So here's our final product. Let's go ahead and test it out. Here's the music without the speaker. And there it is with it. Alright, well there's our final product guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and consider supporting BS with AJ on Patreon so we can do bigger and better projects for you guys. We'll see you next week.